Matt, you're the worst. Okay, so one of the funniest memories I think I have of Matt was when it was at Cross Life one night, and he was talking about how he plays with James, and he literally described to me bullying because he said that he pushes James and he punches James. This was after he told me that he taught James to two-hand punch and got two-hand punched in the chest, I think, and so Matt did it back, and it was really funny. And yeah, basically what I got from that was that Matt bullies his kids. So.
I think I would say just like overall good memory of Matt is like whenever in like a sermon or like when you're talking to Matt and Matt makes a good point, he like kind of puts his feet together and he like stands up super straight and he's like, you know, like brothers or cross-lifers or collegians or like whatever all he says. And so yeah, I think that would be just the like excitement that Matt gets when he makes a good point. I think I'm just like overall super excited for you guys to be like taking like a new exciting position at another church and like getting to know just like another body of believers, because relationally like you guys have done a lot at Grace, and so I think that'll be sweet, and it'll just be really encouraging, and it's been just like a sweet reminder to remember that like as Cross Life like we're following Christ and like not following Matt, even though like you have been an awesome leader. And Trina, like way to go, like you literally just had a baby and you have 2 other kiddos, and you're willing just to pick up and go with Matt, and that just says a lot about, I think, just like your character in being Matt's wife. And so woo, I'm excited.
Yeah, I'd say, well, Matt, I think you've just been really encouraging to me, just like talking with you just through life and like through meeting with our flock group when we did meet, and then just meeting with you during Cross Life or whatever. And it's been really encouraging just to, I think especially through this season, to see how well you think through the decision and how you take each aspect into account, because that's like every aspect matters, but in the end you make the decision, you go with it. And so that was a huge like learning lesson for me. And so yeah, thank you for that, and I think that was a huge encouragement to me, just to see like godly decision making through that, and then just follow through, and that, you know, God's will for your life is just to make a decision, go with it, as long as it's supported by Scripture and supported by Him. So yeah, that was really encouraging, and I know that your passion and your fire is definitely going to convey it into this new position. So I'm really excited for you, and I'm excited for your new relationships, new like different demographic, different church body. I'm really excited for you, and I think you're gonna do great, and I'm really excited for you guys to come back too. So yeah, Matt, you're okay.
I'm putting that in.
Okay.
Let's do the last part.
Okay. We love you, Matt and Trina.
Well, giving that some thought, I think my favorite memory of Matt was watching a video that he produced to engage college students to come to Cross Life. And I think he was sitting near a fireplace, pretending to be what I thought was Paul Tripp. And I thought, that boy could be the next Paul Tripp. Died laughing all the way home from church.
Well, I got to go back to 2018, which for me at my age is stretching it. But I would say the year that Matt did the Bridger Ridge run, the temperatures were extremely hot, and we all had Matt pegged to do it in an incredible time, which he still did. But I was up assisting, volunteering with water and ice, and I can remember Matt coming to where I was just totally wiped out and saying, I got to get off of this mountain. And after some water and ice and a good kick in the rear that I gave him, he was on his way. And he still finished in a respectable time. And yeah, it was funny, but it was also an encouragement to me to see even when he was having a tough time, he was still having fun.
So sweet.
I've had a lot of memories with Matt, but one of my favorites was when we were hanging out at a Saran coffee place. And we ordered for coffee, and this was some espresso shot, but we didn't expect the size of mug that we were served with. And we all ended up laughing, and the whole day was filled with laughter because the cups were like tiny for big guys like me and Matt.
Name the verse exactly where it's at, but it would be to just to stand firm and hold fast, always abounding in the work of the Lord, because you know that your labor in the Lord is not in vain. And the Lord has blessed you up to this point in your life, Matt, and He's opened another door with a tremendous opportunity. And just to grab hold of it, and you and Trina and the kids, God will bless, and yeah, and I will miss you tremendously, but I know the Lord will lead you and bless you in your new venture in California.
To say a nice memory was when I was a really little kid and Matt had gotten married to Trina. Somehow we all ended up at this like Christmas ball, and my little sister was probably like 9 or 10, and Matt just like brought her out to the dance floor, just like teach her all these moves, and that was always a super good memory.
My funniest memory of Matt was probably just all the times that we hung out in his office with Daniel, and messing with Daniel and making fun of Daniel and doing all sorts of funny stuff to him. So that's a large amalgamation of memories, but yeah.
I guess my funny memory with Matt was when I was coming in as a freshman, and I just like kind of decided to be on the track team, and he'd always call me like Hannah Montana, soon to be Montana State track athlete. That was pretty funny. He like included that in an email or something one time, and it was just like, what? It was really funny.
There's a lot. I don't know. I have to think. I think when he would just call and check in on me. There were a couple of times when he just knew something wasn't going right in my life, and so he'd call and check in and see how I was doing, and showed care above and beyond, basically, beyond what we were just meeting about or anything like that. Wanting to make sure I was spiritually doing okay, and if I needed any comfort in any way. And that meant a lot. That was really sweet for him to do. Don't do bad.
Don't do a bad. No, just press on. There's gonna be different challenges and different encouragements, but no, we'll be praying for you guys, and yeah, excited to see how the Lord uses y'all over there.
Have fun with Scott, and we're gonna come and visit because obviously that church isn't as cool as our church, so yep. We'll miss you for sure. We love you, Matt and Trina.
I just wanted to encourage you guys. I'm really excited for this new change that you guys are going to be going forward with. I've been praying for you guys, and just thankful that Trina, that you had a safe delivery with your third baby. And yeah, I'm just going to continue to pray for you guys for a smooth transition. So it's scary and exciting, but you know, the Lord will take care of us. He loves us, and He has a plan for us, and I'm just excited to see what He has in store for your guys' life and for your 3 children. And I just look forward to seeing what He's going to do with your guys' life and your ministry. And just thank you, Matt and Trina, both for just faithfully serving Cross Life. And Trina, that's such a huge commitment that Matt has been doing for so many years. And I'm sure it's hard being at home with the kiddos, but I think that I just thank you guys for just the wonderful time you guys have spent in this ministry. And I look forward to seeing what God's going to do with your guys' lives. Love you, Matt and Trina.
So, my funniest memory with Matt was probably playing archery tag at the fall retreat, and it was pouring rain, and we're on the same team, and we like both ran up to the line to go shoot somebody, and we like stopped really quick, and we both like fell on our butts at the same time, and the crowd went wild. It was hilarious. I didn't even see Matt. I found out afterwards that Matt fell at the same time as me, so then it was even more funny. But I guess some encouragement or some sentimental thoughts or whatever. I guess my favorite thing about you, Matt, is your passion for everything you do. Whether we're playing basketball against each other on the basketball court or football, or we're talking about the stock market or real estate or studying God's Word. It doesn't matter what you're doing, you always do it with passion and enthusiasm. And that's what I love about you. And we really hit it off because of that, because I think we share just that same passion for the things that we do. And some advice is if you just keep doing what you're doing, you're going to find success in life and success in friendships wherever you go. So thanks, Matt, and thank you, Trina, too.
Recently, Matt and I met up, and I'm not really good with affection, but I knew it was going to be one of the last times we were meeting up, so I wanted to be like, hey, I love you, man, which is a milestone for me. And I like said that, and he was like, I love you too, and like we went in for like kind of one of those like bro hugs or whatever, and I just like butchered it so bad, and just like turned around and just wanted to like go off and like sit in a corner in the woods for like an hour and just be like, dang it. Yeah. But no, that was kind of a funny one. Sentimental one, I don't know if I've got like, I guess that one also kind of counts. I don't know if I've got like a super specific one. I don't know, it's just like a lot of memories kind of compiled together. But yeah, Matt and Trina, I really can't say how much I know and we've all appreciated how much you've invested in us and the immense amount of time you've given to each of us, and you will be missed. Oh, and Matt, I think you mentioned that you're going to be going on the Footsteps of Paul tour in 2021, so I don't know when I'll see you next, but hopefully in Israel, if not you visiting back here. It'd be really sweet.
That'd be sick.
Yeah, so, yeah, in closing, carry on my wayward son. There'll be peace when you are done. No, yeah, thank you for all you guys have done, and I don't know, I know you guys are going to kill it in California. I'll yield the rest of my time to my colleague.
First one that comes to mind is Matt when he was taking interest in Trina.
Did that work out?
It seems like it has so far. And Trina, like the week before, I don't know if it was 2 weeks before, he went on this ridge hike. It was his first time ever going, and it was his first time, and he did it all by himself. And
what an idiot.
Yeah, and I can't remember who brought him to Fairy Lake, but I was the one he called at the end of the day. And he said, John, like, bring lots of water. I'm dying up here. I'm cramping. And I was just like, dang, dude. So I brought like 4 bottles of water, just packed full. And I get there and I pick him up, and he only drinks one of them. I just had 4 bottles of water, and he just like gulps it down. And he's like, all right, I'm good. The way he made it sound, it was like, I thought he was going to be like a raisin by the time I picked him up. So,
if even alive.
yeah, right. And I think, and the reason why I brought up, why Trina went, I think a week before, 2 weeks before that, is because he wanted to do that also and like talk with her about it, and so it was pretty sweet. A sentimental memory, my freshman year, really, Matt, you and Caleb were kind of the guys that convinced me to come to MSU. You were I remember after my visit, during my visit, Caleb asked me told me if I wanted to be a Christian, I had to come to MSU. And then you called me after my visit, and you just basically asked me straight up, am I a Christian? And at the time, I was just like, dude, like, I went to Manhattan Christian, of course I am. But then that was just like this early on start of like just me having to work through some things, and you were a big part of that. And when I got to MSU, fast forward to that, you were really instrumental in my life, and I know like Deontay and Odin and us, freshmen that came in after you, and I know specifically you'd started meeting up with me. You and I, we met up that first year. I remember we were always meeting in North Hedges there in the lobby area, and we went through fundamentals of faith, and that first semester, and then that second semester, you gave me this Bible, actually, which I still have today, and you wrote a note in there. I think you and Chase had gotten it together, and you also had Rick Kaluska, Caleb Schreibeis write in it as well, but yours is the first note, and it says, Big J, man, I've enjoyed our time together this year. It really was awesome to see how it is really awesome to see how God is working on the football team and using sinners like me and you to do so. John, I hope that you use the heck out of this Bible. I think it's called the Study Bible for that reason, haha. I often wonder how we'll be doing after all this is over. After football and college, the fellowship at church and the athletes' Bible study, when all the spiritual activity is gone, how will everyone be doing? Will they still love the Lord like they say they do now? Will we? Press on, my friend. Run to the Lord with all you have. Pour over the word until the day that he brings you home. I really believe that if we do wash ourselves daily with the word, we will be empowered to live in obedience to the Lord, and we won't regret our efforts. I love you, brother, Matt Tebow. 1 Corinthians, and this is what's killer at the end, Matt. 1 Corinthians 24-27. Couldn't quite figure that out for a long time, and then not for a long time. I guess I just was confused because there's only 16 chapters in 1 Corinthians, and then I was like, okay, it must be verses then, and I think you meant 1 Corinthians 9, because that talks about I beat my body and make it my slave, talking about the athlete and the imagery there. So the sentimental memory I have there is, Matt, thanks for giving me my Bible that I still use to this day, and I can every once in a while look back and read that note, and then also look back at the date on which you gave me this Bible, which was February 9, 2012, from you and Chase. But I think that was primarily your doing. But Chase was, I'm sure, helpful in that way too, because these aren't cheap Bibles, and I'm sure he chipped in as well. So yeah, Matt, I owe you a lot of thanks, and I really love you, brother. In terms of, you had a big effect on my life spiritually. You've seen my life, and been always just kind of a rock as a friend of I know I can always go to you in terms of spiritual help for things and spiritual advice, and you've even helped me with lesson prep and study prep and preparing sermons or a talk that I would give. And Matt, I just always was encouraged by you. I know we've, in our group of friends when we were going through school together, I remember even one time you had thought about coming and living with me and Noah, and just because you wanted to kind of be in a faithful group of friends or in a house, and the guys that you were living with, they were faithful too, but you were very distinct in terms of you just wanted to give it your all. And some of our friends, they might be kind of on the fringe a little bit, but we're still thankful for them, and that God is still working in their lives. But when I look to you and our group of friends, you're just always striving more and more, so I really appreciate that about you. And that kind of played into you giving me this Bible and just having a big effect on my life spiritually. Being the first person to really get me to think, am I really a Christian? The first person to ask me that. I can tell you where I was standing, what time of day it was when you asked me that. I was outside my parents' house in the driveway. So I owe you a lot, and I'm very thankful for you, brother. Word of encouragement to you and Trina. My favorite memory, or my favorite verse, is Psalm 27:4, which says, one thing that I desire is to gaze upon the Lord and be in his courts all the days of my life. And I pray that you and Trina would still do the same, or strive to do the same, as the psalmist would say there, that you'd strive all your days to gaze upon the Lord, to look on his beauty, and to be in his courts. And I know I'm kind of paraphrasing there, but I love you both dearly, and I love seeing you guys as a little family. That's cool. I just want to encourage you guys to keep doing what you're doing here. because it's had mighty effects on a lot of people. Cross life, my life, Sam's life, you know, just a lot of different people that can name you guys as a spiritual influence, which will have eternal rewards. So thank you. And I guess one other encouragement, make sure you buy a house with an extra room so I can come stay. So love you guys.
Okay. And obviously, I guess.
Do you think of some more?
Yeah, well, I'm just waiting for my signed Bible, too. Yeah, no.
Come on, Matt.
Yeah, a little hurt. No, I'm kidding. But yeah, I guess just echoing everything John said, definitely, I guess as a word of encouragement, yeah. I think I've kind of already expressed a lot of those, but yeah, can't wait to see you guys again.
Sweet. Okay, now you guys should say, love you, Matt and Trina, in unison. 3,
Ready? 3,
2, 1.
I love you, Matt and Trina.
Yeah, I just wanted to say we love you both and we're gonna miss you a lot. I was just kind of thinking about the first time I met you guys. I think it was at Athlete Bible Study or Athletes in Action like 6.5 years ago. And ever since then, I've just so appreciated our relationship with both of you, especially these last couple of years. Trina, thank you so much for just being a godly example in my life, just of godly womanhood, from being a teammate to watching you become a wife to becoming a mom. You've just faithfully served your husband and family, and it's been a huge blessing to me just getting to watch you through that and to look to you as an example. So I just want to say thank you for that, and we're going to miss you guys a lot.
Yeah, so many memories, Matt, from paintball and video game nights to discipleship and time together. Thanks for bringing me alongside you these last 3 years. I think some of my highlights would be Thursday lunches with the kiddos, a couple semesters or one semester, getting to see you parent and be a dad, and a dad that I want to mimic when we have the opportunity. But yeah, we're so excited for you, excited for California, excited to come visit you sometime. Not in a couple weeks, as you so desire, Matt, but in the future. And thank you for your example. Thank you for your godliness, your care, your love. So many things that impacted both of us, our ministry, watching you do ministry. And we're excited to keep up with you, to stay in touch, and to continue to be encouraged by all that you're doing.
Okay, you guys should both say, I love you, Matt and Trina, in unison, because we're going to be dorky.
Matt and Trina.
Yeah, okay.
1, 2, 3. Love
We
you,
love
Matt,
you, Matt and
Trina.
Trina. It's we love you, Matt and Trina.
Love you, Matt and Trina.
It's we love you, Matt and Trina.
Hey, Matt. What can I say besides thank you for the years of investment? I can't believe it's been over 6 years. It's just crazy. Yeah, I'm thankful for you. Thankful for your ministry, thankful for your heart and your drive to pursue ministry, to pursue people. I think one of the best things you do is you tap people on the shoulder and bring them along and just say, hey, have you thought about this? Come do this with me. And so I've really appreciated it. I think some of my funnest memories, though, are definitely boating on the lake. And you continue to praise me, but you've had less experience and you still go hard. And so I just appreciate that. And just the times of conversations and the time to push one another. But soon you'll be doing backflips before I will, because you're near lakes. So thanks, Matt. Appreciate the time and the investment, and excited for you and Trina and the path that God has for you. Love you, man.
The funniest memory I have with Matt is 2 years in a row, deer hunting in eastern Montana, when we had to crawl literally for a mile almost every time to try to get in position to harvest a deer. I'll never forget those belly crawls for all that distance. Maybe my most precious memories are 2 trips to Israel. I will never forget those. Your first time going, Matt, and how you were a sponge taking everything in and so impacted by it that you wanted to do a follow-up group, and we did that. That was really meaningful to me. By way of encouragement, Matt, I would just say the Lord has used you here immensely, greatly. And if you will stay on the same track, which I know you will, the Lord is going to continue to use you and Trina mightily in the days ahead. And I look forward just to hearing about all that entails in your new location. Love you, Matt and Trina.
My funniest memory with Matt has got to be end of year servant leadership party. He probably already knows what I'm going to say. But yeah, we do a bracket system of Mario Kart tournament, and he was talking such a big game. Oh my gosh. And I was just kind of hush-hush about it. If I lost, it'd be pretty sad. So I let him talk his game, and I was like, I'll give it a try. I kind of grew up playing it. So we go and get to the final 4 and the final 2, and it's him and I beat him. I come back from 5th place. So excited. Didn't want to gloat, but I did. And he was so upset for weeks. He held a grudge like a middle school girl. Oh my gosh, it was great. And then the second semester we did it again, and I beat him again. And it was so satisfying. When you don't got a lot of things on Matt, you gotta take what you can get. So I took that. So that's by far the funniest memory with Matt. Let's see, sentimental memory. Have to be about a year and a half ago when Sydney and I were planning the first college-age trip to Ethiopia, and I had no idea what I was getting into. But I was always in his office, and so was Sid, and just really appreciated that he didn't just shut us down, but just guided us and answered all of our questions, and was so open to listen at any time, whatever was going on. And so I just really appreciated his shepherding ability and his care that he really had for both of us and for the college group, which was just really evident in the amount of time that he took with us. So that was probably the most sentimental memory. And then my encouragement to them, so excited for them to be moving over to California, as sad as that is for us. We selfishly are so sad. I'm not worried at all for you guys to go there. I think they're the ones getting blessed by you guys, because wherever you go, you just love people so genuinely and so well. Both of you are just committed to the Lord and committed to loving people, and that is just a recipe for success. Because I think they're just going to be really blessed by you guys, and I know you guys are going to be fruitful in what you do there, and you have thousands of people praying for you over here. So we're just so excited for you to go, and we'll continue to keep you on our prayers.
Okay, now I say I love you, Matt and Trina.
I love you, Matt and Trina. And the kiddos.
I think the funniest memory that I have of Matt would be at Cross Life. I think it was just after a regular Cross Life. It wasn't like a Thanksgiving feast or anything. And I think I was talking to Olivia Parker, and Matt was like running around with, I think it was like a tablecloth that he had gotten from the kitchen, and he put it on like as a cape, and he was like running around like a 5-year-old child, and it was really funny. And then he I'll add the clip in here, but I have a video of him doing it, and then he ran into Eli, and then he came over and just stared down the camera, and it's so funny. I think the most sentimental, or one of the most precious memories I have of Matt, I feel like it's just a cumulative memories. Being able to go into his office, especially through lots of different trials, you know that he's going through a lot of stuff, especially you look at his desk, he's got sermons all over there, he's got tons of books, he's always got stuff that he's doing. But there are so many times where I come in and talk to Brian or something, and then stop by Matt's office unannounced, just hey, how's it going? Just gonna say hi, and Matt will always make time for you. That was really sweet, especially going through trials. Just having godly wisdom and advice, that was so helpful. And he always made that time, and he always pointed to the Word. And I just so respect and appreciate that. It wasn't, oh, in my experience, this is how you should react to this, or in my experience, you know, even though there's wisdom in that, he always pointed to the Word and where I could search out peace through that, and that was so sweet. Yeah, so my encouragement for you and Trina would be to press on. You guys have been so sweet in this ministry for so long, and Matt, you've just been so zealous and just pouring into people, loving people so well. It's such an encouragement to see, and I know when I first came to Cross Life, it was just so weird to see this pastor that was just like, okay, come on gang, like let's go. Just so excited all the time, and I was like, wow, I want to be that excited, that zealous for the Lord. And so just know that your time spent here, though some people have only seen you for 3 weeks, some people have known you for 8 years, some people have known your entire life, but I think we can honestly say that every person you come in contact with, you've had an impression on, and that's just the Lord's work in your life, and that's just so sweet. So I know, and I'm like Mahi said, like I'm not worried about you guys going to California. I know that you're just gonna keep doing what you're doing, and you're so strong in the Word and strong in the Lord, and you guys make such a great pair, and you guys have such a sweet family, and just wanting to honor and glorify the Lord. And so I know you're going to carry that through there, and yeah, not worried about you guys. Sad to see you go. It's been so sweet to be a part of your guys' life, be able to have you part of our lives, as part of our lives, and we are so thankful for that. And but yeah, just continue to press on, and I'm so encouraged by you guys, and so thankful that we've had this time to be able to get to know you, and yeah, we'll be visiting you very shortly. Love you guys. Sweet.